That's a good thing. And you are going to fill me in on anything that you worked on this week, how it went, and what questions you have arising out of anything that we've done in the past. This is week 4, in the past 3 weeks. So let's start with Rebecca.
Well, this week was not the best practice week for us.
That's okay.
We didn't do a ton, and when I went to Chris's to try and practice, and Emma she just wanted to run around the yard. She didn't want to practice. So we did a little bit of the transferring. She's still not great at it. And then but she did get a little bit better about going around the hoop around the barrel. She got a little bit better at that. So
cool. Good. It's really hard. I mean, we talk about this in my classes in the arena. We talk about it outside here, that especially if the dogs have a if they've been somewhere before, they figure that that's what they're going to do, right? Mm-hmm. And it's very hard. My dogs, not this group, but my previous dogs, my field was their agility field. And they would come out and try to do rally there. And it was like, oh my God, we can't do rally. That is not here. We don't do that here. Go to Blewett School. We do rally at Blewett School. We don't do it here. So once the dog, and one of the things that somebody said to me a long time ago, I don't know that I agree, is don't let your dogs practice the stuff in places where you're going to be doing something else. So,
I don't totally agree either.
I don't totally agree with it. I think we need to figure out how to help them generalize the behaviors and work through that. But I also think there's a place for that. It makes it harder for us. And so when we do something like go into the agility field or a place where I say that in nose work all the time. If you go to your park where they always run off leash or they go and do whatever, take 3 boxes, make it really easy for them. So they're building up that new behavior in a really easy way in that environment. Mm-hmm. And it's really hard because we go in, you probably went to Chris's with a thing in your brain of what you were going to accomplish, and then you didn't accomplish it.
I mean, we've practiced, we usually go over there and we do play, but I always go over there to practice hoopers, but she just wasn't in the mood. That's okay.
Yep. And that's absolutely okay. Yep. That's absolutely okay. Sarah, how was your week? And any questions that you have?
I don't have any questions. We are still working on just stimulus control with a bowl, and I think we've kind of worked through it now. I was working on dish break, and dish seems to be a little stronger. I realized that I had a video of this where it was sort of beginning to work finally, and I uploaded a completely not video of that at all by accident and haven't uploaded the right one. So I really apologize for wasting your time.
It's okay. I enjoyed watching a video that wasn't related.
I'm taking a class from KPA, and it's about cooperative care, and the exercise I was doing in the video that I did post by accident was called stationing, which just means standing in front of you, which is not the way we're using the word stationing at all.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So we worked on the bowl. We worked on going through hoops. That's all going well, and it did take us a long time. The stimulus control thing to a point where I think it's moving in the right direction. It's still not great, but it's definitely better now.
Yeah.
So that was our win for the week.
Good. And I'm just going to say 1% better, over time is 100%. So yeah, if it's getting better, you're going in the right direction. And I'm not going to say my dogs, I started that at 8 weeks, are outstanding. My dogs that I have now that didn't really start it at 8 weeks and lost 8 months. Yeah, we're working through it. We're still a work in progress. Although I have to say that Sparkle's getting better. So Magic, I had nothing. There's nothing there. But Sparkle is definitely getting better. And Faith is a freeloader. Whatever. She's like, that's mine, all right? I can have that. Janet, how was your week and what questions do you have, if any?
I practiced like Raven's doing, he's kind of got the concept better than anybody else. Like I think he's kind of got, it's just more practice with him. I practiced a bit with a puppy and doesn't quite have or I'm just doing the increments of going around the barrel with her and focus forward. I'm not practicing a whole lot with her. She's doing an agility class on Saturday, so she'll get some of the same stuff. And with skiing, I'm just trying to get him to like play with me and follow me and have more fun with me. So I'm just like with him, it was like, you were saying like when he invites me to play, like, so the thing he does is right when sometimes when I'm about to sit and have dinner, he'll start banging at his door, like it's like he has this thing where he bangs on the crate door. And what that means is, okay, let's play something in the living room. So his timing isn't very good for that. But I got him on the treadmill and I've just been trying to engage with him more. And I am going to be making a vet appointment for him too. Like he was getting laser therapy. So, and that ended, that doctor's not practicing anymore. So it's like, so there could be some inflammation or something too. So but I think a lot of it's just skiing and just his pace and how so my thing today is to see if I can get skiing to participate. And if not, then we'll both be napping.
No, you'll be watching and
because
practicing later.
Raven and the puppy are in the car, so they're not playing today.
And I'm trying to untangle this. I'm actually listening to you guys, but I'm trying to untangle this. So just remember that I love seeing your videos. So this is for you guys as well as the auditors. Don't forget to post videos. Sarah and Hillary have been great about posting them. I love seeing them. And just for Sarah's information, what Loom decides to call it is AI generated. So sometimes it comes out with really bizarre names, and that's just life. I'm kind of done with AI. I think we need to go back about 20 years.
That's really funny. I didn't know it said that. How odd.
Oh yeah, it's very strange. So I use Loom for everything, especially my nosework students, so that I can talk over what I'm seeing, right? I watch and talk at the same time, and it's more efficient for me, and people can see at the same time as I do. But the names of everything are AI generated, and it's like, Patricia's amazing loose leash run. And it's like, she's doing nose work. I happen to mention her leash. Whatever. So just ignore that. Just appreciate Loom. Loom is an amazing tool. But it is, awesome. I wish I didn't have the AI and I pressed the wrong button. And so I have it for a year and don't seem to be able to get rid of it. So whatever. Okay. So, everything we do is always a work in progress. There is no I'm behind, I'm ahead. There probably is I'm ahead, but there is no I'm behind. And in my world, the more foundation you do, the better off you are in the long term. So if all you ever do is foundation, you will be able to do all of your sports, because you have the foundation for those sports. It's like for those of people who do nose work, if you do the foundation for scent work, you will be able to you can add all the odors on one day almost, because you have the foundation skills. If you do the foundation skills for hoopers, learning jumps for agility and that kind of stuff is so easy. So it's the same, for me, I'm doing foundation agility classes with Sparkle and Magic. Lori knows I have no intention of ever doing agility again, but everything that they work on in that class is applicable to all the other sports that I'm doing. So it's really important to remember. Today I want to work on some start line stuff. I want to see what your transport looks like. And if you're just following cookies, or if you've got a finger follow, if you've trained anything, we're going to talk a little bit about that. if you have 3 jumps or 3 things, we are going to start a little bit of pinwheel based on what we did last week. And I'd love to start some lefts and rights if you don't have them already. So that's giving you an overview of where we are going. The other thing I wanted to say, have all 3 of you watched any of the, or have any of you watched any of the, not just mine, but anybody's Hooper's video trial stuff?
Mm.
Oh, I did go watch Chris do her video. Like I videoed for her.
Okay,
Mhm.
so you've seen some of it.
And I saw you.
You saw mine. No, but mine was great. So I was just watching Arlie Bells. She's from Kamloops. I've seen Diane Pitts. I've of course watched Nikki, but I have to pause this. I didn't want to put that on the recording. But I do want you to see, so that you've seen some of it, I want to pull up, if I can, I probably can do it here most easily. I want to pull up Sparkle's, one of Sparkle's runs. So I know that Rebecca has seen it, maybe mine. I'm going to do the parkour run. Not that it matters to you guys. Hang on. So there's 3 different in Canadian Hoopers. There is 3 different games. One game is Hoopers, which is just Hoopers and sometimes a barrel. One game is Parkour, which has your barrels. You should be able to see my screen right now.
Mhm.
Yes. Has some barrels, has a gate, has a tunnel, as well as hoops. And then there's another game called Tungo, which is all tunnels and barrels and just a start and finish hoop. So I'm going to see if I can go to full screen with this without going, yeah, good. Okay, so in Hoopers, there is always a distance handling line or a distance handling box. And you get extra points if you stay within that box or behind that line for a certain part of the course or all of the course. So you can't really see it here, but my box is there. It's yellow. And I'm going to show you what a start line looks like. Let's go round in circles, round. It was snowing. This was yesterday. So I start in a down on the start line. That is his kind of chosen position. In agility, I like them to start in a sit because I think they load onto their rear end more easily. In Hoopers, I don't care if they're in a sit or a down, and a down is more stable for him. So I use a lot of verbals because I can't be where I need to be. So that's my start line. I'm only about 5 feet away. But I need to be able to move that 5 feet away and have him maintain his position, preferably looking at the hoop. So yay, my dog is amazing. That was 15 seconds, by the way. What you may not have seen, because I use verbals, I still try to use my body a little bit. So as he's coming around here, I am going to watch my body. I am going to take a very strong step on the path towards that barrel. I am not pointing my foot at the barrel, or I'm trying not to. I'm pushing on the path, which is the line between the 2 barrels. Right there. Whoops. Well, it was right there. I didn't mean to do that. Right there, you can see my foot. My dog side, this is your send around the barrel cue that you guys were using. Mine is super strong because he wants to come into me and I saw his head turn. So I'm watching him and I'm giving him a very strong, with my leg, preferably with my chest and eyes as well, pointing towards this path in here. I did the same thing where earlier as well. This is for handling for hoopers. So right there. So you can see that my body is pushing on the line going that way to get him out to this barrel. I am not pointing, or get him out this hoop. I am not pointing at the hoop. I am pushing on his path. Does that make sense? So that's what a hooper's course looks like. In a real trial, it would be bigger. As you go up through the whatever levels, you would get more and more distance. So the biggest distance here is probably the line to that gate and that barrel, and that may have been 10 feet. So I need to be able to work that plus more, that distance away from my dog. And again, that start line, we want the dog staying in position while we're able just to move away, look back at them, and send them forward. And I used a verbal rather than my forward motion cue because I was off balance when I turned. So, anyway, it's on my Facebook page. You are welcome to take a look at it if you want. You're welcome to ask questions about it. But I wanted, because you're taking hoopers, I wanted you to see what a course would look like and what the distances would be like for a beginner's course. Give you some motivation. Don't go and do it in the snow. It was frickin' cold. And today my barrel and my hoop are somewhere else in the field because they blew away. Not my barrel, my tunnel and my gate. They totally blew away in the wind. Okay, so we are going to start with start lines. Last week we worked on stations. Did we start the Make Me Run game with yes and moving?
I think I remember
We have talked about it.
Yeah, it sounds familiar. I just don't remember what it
Okay.
is.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. So I want my dog to believe, as with everything I do with my dogs, I want my dog to believe that they have the power to make things happen. So by what they do, they make me do things. So the Make Me Run game is that I'm going to insert something else in here in the middle. But initially, the Make Me Run game is you maintain your station behavior. I will say good. And then I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to start running. We did do this because we talked about me throwing
the toy, right? That was
yeah.
okay,
And it wasn't about the lure of the toy. It was impulse control for the toy. So we're going to do a review of that. So I'm just going to let you see it again. Oh, I guess I need to go back to my screen share. Right now I had the circle of death happening, which I seem to be getting a lot recently. So yeah, so I'm shaking the toy just as a what's the word? Distraction for him. I say yes, and then I move and he can have the toy. He goes back to place. As soon as he's there, I turn around. As long as he maintains that, I am going to say yes and move. Yes. Good. We've done that. I want to review it for a couple of minutes maximum with all three of you. You can use food. You can use a toy. If your dog maintains the position, and you might only be able to come out a foot, you are going to say yes and move. Preferably run. I simply can't run. If you want to do it with a toy, that's fine. I drop the toy because if he were to grab it from me, he would pull me off my feet. I remember talking about this with I think, Sarah, I do not want to throw that toy because I want my dog to learn to come to me initially if I'm not moving, if I am moving. Anyway, I don't want to throw the toy in front of me. I want them to grab it from me, and either I'm going to play right here and then let them have it, or I'm going to let them grab it from me and run away with it. And what he tends to do is grab it from me. Grab it from me and run away. And that's absolutely fine as long as he'll bring it back. If you feel like your dog may not bring it back, put your dog on a leash so that you can help your dog come back if you need to. Any questions on that? We're only going to do 3 minutes or so because then we're going to do the second part of this.
My only question is for this one, can I say yes,
break? Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
You're going to have to. Yeah. But I want my yes reward to be, I mean, I don't care. I guess you could say get it, but I want to say, yes, you're doing the right thing and you can move now. Right. And that's what mine means.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's just see. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was the same. I have the same question. So I was going to say, yes, go, because my guys, when they're on the station, they're not allowed to go until I call their name and say go. So because when we go out.
Yep. I get that. So your cue might be new cue first. Is that yes, or is it skiing?
Skiing would be the old cue. So
okay, so new cue first and then old cue. Yeah. Okay,
so go skiing. Well, I just usually say skiing. What do I say? I think I say skiing. I think I normally say skiing go. Like I have to give each of their names because otherwise
I release on name. I don't give a go cue. It's just a name.
Yeah, maybe I don't even say that. So I'll say, so you want the
new cue always goes first. And
okay, so I'll say go, then skiing. I don't even know if he'll go at all. So we'll see.
And make sure you are running or moving or doing a fast shoulder movement. So you're imitating movement. Okay, because I know you guys don't have a lot of room in there. Okay, you guys get about, whoops, I muted you accidentally. Janet, can you unmute yourself? Rebecca, did you have a question?
Can I use food?
You can absolutely use food. Yeah. I use a toy because Sparkle will spit out food at a certain level of arousal. And this is about value for your station.
Yes, great.
Nice. Good job, Sarah.
Yeah, good girl. Good girl.
Sarah, try saying just yes and see what happens.
Okay, go down. Yes.
Yeah.
You did practice this a little bit, so that's good. That is working better.
Yeah. Let her grab it from you if you can, and then as she gets there, let go rather than tossing it.
Okay. Go back.
Okay. Good.
Yes.
Oh, that's good boy. Ready? Yeah, I think we did some of this last week. Ready, buddy?
Yeah.
Ready?
Okay, ready?
Go. Yeah. Nice. Good job, Janet. You don't need to go far. Just make a shoulder movement. Make sure that you're going. Make sure that you're going the same. Your body is going the direction you want the dog to go.
All right.
Good. Nice. See if you can get a little bit more lead out, Rebecca.
Yeah.
And do both sides, guys.
Go back.
Go, team.
Boy. Yep, you got that one. You did. Okay.
It's trying to build a dog's love of chasing us. So Rebecca, try to lead out just a little bit more before you release. Remember, you don't actually have to run. Yeah. I don't run. I just do that quick shoulder movement to pretend I'm running because I don't have room. Good. That's nice, Janet. Good boy.
Yes. Okay. Good.
Nice. That was good, Rebecca. And you're going to do one more on whatever side you're on. Ready? Go, Steve. Good.
Okay. Good. Go ahead.
Good.
Excellent.
Love up your dogs and be prepared to watch some more video.
Oh, you're so good. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Here we go.
What am I trying to do? Remove all the pins. Any questions on that? So that's also highly motivating to the dogs. Their state, don't forget to use your good, that your good is a stationary marker, right? Good, you're doing the right thing. Yes, and then they get to chase you. What was I going to say? Do lots of this, because having them learn that they make us move is really, really, really important, because I never want to get into the situation. I'm looking sideways at Sarah now. I never want to get into that's okay. I never want to get into the situation where I have to say, no, stay, because all of that pressure on the dog will shut a dog down, and they will sniff around, they will look around, they will yawn, they will lip lick, they will give you all kinds of stress signals. So if I can build it at the dog's level, and based on what the dog can give me, they feel way more in control. So what I'm going to add now, I'm going to go to the whiteboard. What I'm going to add now, maybe, is here's the boundary, station, whatever. Dog is there. What we've been doing is coming out to about here and saying yes and then running. So, of course, this happened last night too, didn't it? What I'm going to do now is I'm inserting another behavior in there. Hang on, there we are. So now my dog is on station. I look back at them and I say, good. And then I'm just going to I'm going to stay stationary. I need to drink water. I'm going to stay stationary. Can I do this? Can I talk? Where's my fisherman's friends? Not on the table, of course. Oh, in my pocket. That's good. Okay, I'm going to say I'm going to stay stationary, and I'm just going to say my release word. And I want my dog just to come to me. Now, that's lovely. I want to wait my dog out for a couple of seconds, maybe 15 seconds, and see if my dog can choose to sit or lie down. When they do that, I'm going to say, good, my stationary marker. I'm going to take a step and I'm going to say yes and run. So your first thing, I'm going to say good for G for good. Then you're going to come here. Your dog is, oh, this is terrible lineup now. I'm going to say good. You're going to come to here, and look back and say good. I'm going to say break or whatever my release word is. My dog is going to come to me. I'm going to wait and see if they can choose a position. If they can't choose a position, I'm going to tell them a position, but I would rather have them choose it. Once they choose it, I'm going to say good, my stationary marker. I'm going to take another step, and then I'm going to say yes and run. So we're putting this new behavior in here, which is just come to me and come to me and choose a position. So where you would use this is even getting into the ring. Actually, I'm using this almost everywhere now. So my dog is here. Whoops. No, it isn't. My dog is here. No, it isn't. Let's try again. My dog is here. And my start line is over here. So I'm walking up here, looking back at my dog, saying break. They come to me, they choose a position. I might start to run a little bit and feed or play here. Then I ask my dog to do something just like they do on their station. And I walk over here and I say break. They come to me, they choose a position. I walk over here. They come to me, they choose a position. And now they are holding that position. This is way down the road. I will show you another video so that they are in position for the start line. So this is basically your start line behavior if you are coming in slow pieces, in slow bits. So it's way better than saying, no, no, get over here, come here, be on leash, let me tug you. It's another way of transporting. All I want you to do this time is your dog is on the station. Oh, do I have a video? Oh, I had a video, but I don't have the video. Okay. I don't have the video. I don't have it queued up. I want the dog on the station. You are going to lead out a little bit. You're going to say your release word, have your dog come to you. Wait and see if they can choose a position. When they choose a position, you're going to say yes and run. Does that make sense?
So
Okay.
does the position have to be sitting or laying down, or can they stand?
So is stand a position that's stable for most dogs?
Well, for Skeen, sitting is really hard because of his.
Okay, yeah, okay. So then
Yeah.
it may be different for Skeen, but I would
Okay.
say for most dogs, a sit or a down is a much more stable position than a stand. If I
Right.
try to stand any of my dogs, they stand and then they do this, and then they do this, and then they do this, and then all of
Yeah.
a sudden they're moving. And then I'm turning back into them, offering pressure, which I don't want to do, to get them back to where they were initially. So we're inserting that one behavior in between. We're inserting the find a position behavior in between your yes and run, your station and your yes and run. Sarah, I mean, Rebecca looks confused.
I just had a question,
Yeah.
which was when we release them and they come to us, do we feed them for that?
Nope.
Nothing. We
It's
wait
just you can if you want, I guess. Sure. Sure.
or staying on the station till I said.
Yep.
kind of
So remember that food isn't your only reward. For many dogs, making us move is the reward. So
Right.
what you're doing is building a behavior chain. You may not have a strong enough station behavior yet.
Mhm.
So then you may end up, when they come to you and they choose the position, you might end up feeding that.
Okay.
Okay. But your station behavior is a really important one. Okay, let's try that all three.
Could
Go ahead.
could we feed when they come to us before they choose a position?
Sure. If that works better for you, yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
All right, we'll try it.
Try it. I'm going to have you work all three together again. And we're just going to work for a few minutes. I will try to remember to say your name. But start lines, I know we're spending a lot of time on start lines, but I think they're one of the most important things in Hoopers. Oh, that's not what I want. I want New Zealand.
Yes. Okay. Bingo.
Okay, but what you're going to say is your release word, Rebecca.
Oh.
Because you want the dog to come to you, right?
I say yes, and then I say okay.
No, say your release word, which is okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And
say
then
okay, and
wait,
then yes.
and then yes, and then you can feed.
Ready? Come here.
And once they choose a position, then you're going to say yes and run. So we're
Okay.
doing a behavior chain.
Okay.
I know
so,
it's really complicated.
So I don't want to say yes for the first station.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why
You
is
want
it-
to you want to release, because release is just to come to me, is a movement. And since you're standing there, they should come to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Girl.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice job. Okay, come here.
And then you're going back to station. So your first thing is your release, and your second thing is your yes and move.
Okay.
Complicated, I know. The right words
Yes.
don't come out of my mouth either.
Come here.
Yes. Okay.
Break.
What's unfortunate is you're all out of sync with the timing. You're fine, but the video is out of sync, so I can't really tell where you're at. Ready? Good. Don't move. Just, yeah. Good feed. If you, good. Nice, Rebecca. And now yes and run. Yeah, good. So Rebecca, don't run when you release. Just walk out, walk away, stop, look back, and say release, your release word.
Good girl.
There it is.
Good girl. Oh my gosh.
I know it's hard on the brain. You guys are all going to be really tired after.
Good job. Okay.
Good job. Choose yeah. Good. Try to let him choose a position, Sarah, rather than cueing it. Maybe you didn't mean to cue it, but you did.
Oh no, I definitely cued it. She
Yeah.
wasn't figuring it out. So this time I'll try not to do it.
Yeah. Give them enough time to try and figure it out. The first time I might tell them, but after that, I'm going to wait and see if they can just choose.
I have another question.
Yep.
Am I saying yes as soon as she chooses the position, or do I wait a second and then
Wait a second. Wait a second. Yeah. Yeah. Just a second. And run. Yeah.
Nice job. Come on.
You're going to do 2 more reps and then they're going to have a break.
So what do you do when this happens?
So then I'm just going to walk into the dog, walk into him and walk toward there. And now he's back on station. So tell him he's good. Yeah.
Good girl.
Yeah. Her. Sorry. Good.
Break.
Nice. Yeah. So that, good. Yeah. And then run. Perfect. Okay. Let's give everybody a break. It's hard and the words don't come naturally to us. And we just all need to get very forgiving of ourselves of getting the words all confused. And if we can't get this right, how the heck do we think the dogs can understand stuff, right? Okay, I'm going to show you a 2.5-minute video of me attempting to do this with Sparkle. And then I'm going to show you a little bit more with Sparkle. So we're going to do another rep of this in a second. So choosing a position, I want the dog to choose the position that it will encourage me to begin the make me run routine. So the dog chooses the position and then I need to find my go by, there it is. The dog chooses the position that starts the behavior chain for me. When they choose that, so I release them from the station with break, and then they can choose whether it's a sit or a down. I will cue them if I need to once or twice, but I'm not going to. Once they choose a position, they have now started the make me run routine. So now I'm going to say yes and run. Now you get to watch all that for 5 minutes while it goes around. So he's got a position, or he's on station. I should be looking back and saying good, break, yes, chooses to sit. That caused me to run. I said good because he's doing the right thing of staying on his station. And because he was having trouble, I went back and just did a make me run because he'd been having trouble with that. So remember that you don't have to stick to the chain. You can also mess it up. So good because he's on a station. He came off with a paw, so I stepped into his space. He and I go through this all the time. I'm leading out. I said good. Yeah, and I totally screwed that up. but I did move at least. I said break, which is what I intended to do. And then he should come to me and choose a position. But I also did the quick shoulder movement, which is my make me run. So, you know, we all get screwed up. Even me.
Good boy, that was really nice. Hop it up. Hey.
I don't care what position he's in on his station. Let's see if I can do it right this time. I said good. I'm looking back. I'm saying good.
Good. Break. Yes, good. Good boy.
So I
Nice.
said good. He came to, I said break. He came to me. He chose to sit. And then I said yes and did my quick motion, which is my run, which I don't do very well. I think this is where you get to see him be over aroused and can't quite keep his feet on his station. So value of video, I can't believe how many times I say good.
Yes.
And because he was having trouble staying, I just went back to just releasing for moving. Releasing and moving. So good means you're doing the right thing. Paw up means mommy's coming back. Paw up means I'm coming back. Now I should have turned back around right away, but I decided to just see if I could do something else. Because obviously he was too aroused. Break means come to me,
Good boy.
and him choosing that position
Yes.
makes me run.
Good.
That was like the best one out of them all, and we should stop there, right?
But just one more.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't notice until I saw the video that he's got a paw. A break means come to me, choose a position. You chose a position. So now you started the chain of make me run. So that's the routine. We're going to go back and do one more, whoops, we don't need to stay on there. One more practice of that just to see if we can get our words right. And then I'm actually going to show you how I use a variation of it to get across the field and as a transport with him. Okay, go ahead. One more round.
Can I ask another question?
Yes, you can ask all the questions you want. Just interrupt. Sorry. Questions? Yes, Rebecca.
So you're saying behavior change starts when the dog chooses their behavior,
Mm-hmm.
and then the cue that reinforces that is the yes, but yes for us is a marker word.
Yes,
Oh,
exactly. Yes,
okay.
marker. Yes. So, okay. So positions for me always have duration built in,
Okay.
right? So, once my dog chooses the position, I could say good, right? I can mark that with a good, and then I can say yes and move. But
Mhm.
yes is the marker for me that says the duration of that sit or down was right.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. You
So
also
the
get to pick. Go ahead.
So the chain, there is not really a chain at the moment, but it would be a chain.
Yes.
Or
Yeah. It would be a chain with multiple markers in it and multiple reinforcers in it. Yeah. Yeah.
okay. Because I've been doing the KPA,
Yep. No, I
They
know.
don't-
And there's,
they told me, like they say, don't mark to the very end.
yeah. And different ways of different chains. Right.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. That is KPA chain.
okay.
And if I'm doing a chain that is like that, I am going to mark at the very end. But yes, to me is that mark, which means come and get the food. Chase me to get the food, right? Or chase me to get the toy.
Hmm.
It's-
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I usually, oh yeah, sometimes, yeah, because sometimes I toss the food
Mhm.
and then sometimes I bring it to her.
Yep.
Sometimes I'll just hold it out for her. So
Yeah,
okay.
so if I'm bringing it to the dog, that's part of my good. That's my room service cue, right? So my room service cue is good. My chase me for food cue is yes. My throwing food cue is cookie. My dropping food cue is find it. And then I have a dish. Lots of different cues in there.
Yes.
And remember that every cue is also a reinforcer.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And every
Oh.
marker is a reinforcer. Yeah.
No, remember that.
Yes. Yes. I keep saying such a
I
good-
know it's hard. You saw me have trouble. If you say yes, you get to take off. That's all.
There we go. Good girl. Come here.
And Sarah, I'm gonna say just try getting the position and then feeding, because I feel like the feeding is causing her to stall out. It's causing Tracer to stall out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice, Janet.
Good girl. Good girl.
Yeah. Yeah. Good girl.
And if
Good
yes comes out of
girl.
your mouth, just run.
You're right.
Good. Break.
Yes. Good girl.
Good. You got it right that time, Rebecca.
I did.
Beware of doing too many with skiing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Probably.
Yep.
But then
Ready to go back.
he looks like he wants to go.
Okay, so do it. Yeah.
Break.
Okay.
Yes. Good girl. Nice job. That was awesome.
Okay, you guys are going to do one more. Make sure you've done both sides, and then you're going to take a break.
Okay, go ahead. Good boy. Break. Yeah.
Okay.
Job. Nice job.
Yes. Good girl.
So just a comment to Janet while you're back here. Don't look like you're sneaking away. Walk away, right? You're not going to,
Good girl.
right? You're doing a little
Well,
bit of
I
sneaking.
wasn't sure. I don't know. I wasn't sure if
If you
I'm
feel,
not-
if you,
not because he doesn't sit, and I was kind of
Yeah.
I think I was just generally confused. It wasn't
okay.
purposely trying to sneak, but
We often, when we're not sure if our dogs are going to stay or not, we tend to sneak away. We look really creepy when we sneak away. And instead, I would rather take one step, stop, release. So
Yeah, and
rather
that
than going,
makes
I
sense.
wonder if I can take 2, I wonder if I can take 3, what can I do here? I'm going to go, oh, you know what? I know I can do 1, take 1 step, release. Good. Sit, whatever you're going for, and yes, and run. And
Okay,
if
yeah,
yes, if yes
what
comes
I'm
out of your
doing, what
mouth,
I'm doing.
yes just means you have to run. No matter what happened, you get to run.
Yeah. That was just me being confused. Like I wasn't sure how far I should go or where, if I like, I'm just, yeah. So no,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Like
And
when
there-
I get them to stay, I walk confidently away. Like
Yeah.
I don't, yeah. So that
Yeah.
makes sense.
And it's not, and again, it's not about how far you can go. You have to
Right.
work with what your dog can do. And there are days when literally I can walk 1 step from Sparkle. And there's days when I could walk all the way across the field.
Yeah.
Right. And my response, grab my things, my response, if my dog breaks position, is immediately to turn back into them. And my body pressure, and yes, Rebecca, this is negative, I don't know, punishment or whatever, and I don't care. But it's dog body language, right? So I love KPA. KPA was the best. And there's stuff that I've learned since then that influences me. But I like dog body language, and dog language is not no, get back, sit down, blah, 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 right? Dog language is I turn into you and they go, oh crap, you've turned into me. What was I doing? I don't remember. Take a step into them. Oh crap, I need to back. Oh, right, I need to be on my station. And if they can't do that, then I will send them to their station. But as you saw with Sparkle, every time I turn into him, he brings his paw up, right? He's like, crap, I did it again, didn't I? Crap, I did it again, didn't I? I just can't help myself because I've had almost 3 years of doing this. So we're working hard on it. But I do use dog body language. I do use body pressure to get my dog back to the station rather than saying, no, don't station, all that other stuff that's just human language, which is just blah, blah, blah for dogs in my world. Questions on that. I'm going to show you another place that I use that. So questions on that. It's hard. It's really hard.
Yeah, I think my main question is just like, because of Skeen's knees, like, you know, a stand doesn't really feel, I think that's why I'm kind of confused, because it's like, is he actually like, is that like, I think that's the thing. So is a stand okay for him? Like, it's okay.
Yes, if that's what you have to use, that's what you have to use. This may not be the thing that you end up using with Skeen.
Right. Yeah. With Raven,
it
Raven would get
depends.
down or something.
Yeah, it depends. The basis of all dog training. Who said that? Somebody just recently said that on Sintberg University. It was Sue Sternberg. It depends. And it really depends on your dog. So you are practicing this, but I suspect it's not going to be what you use with Skeen.
Yeah.
Right? Because for me, a stand is not usually, for most dogs, a position. Right? They don't get that concept somehow. Or maybe we just don't train it well enough. But for Raven and Zoe, absolutely. It's something that will be useful for you. Other questions? I just ranted too long and I shut up everybody's questions. Oh my God, I hate it when I do that.
No, it makes sense. I just need to go practice it.
Yeah. And the thing is, whatever word comes out your mouth, that's what you do. Because we need to get consistent for the dog. And just like that one time on there where I said yes, I went, crap, that isn't what I meant. And I had to run because I said yes. He doesn't know what I'm reinforcing him for. He goes, oh, we're playing this game instead of that game. Okay, whatever. I don't care. So this is another place that I use this. So we are on my field. And I'm actually trying to get over to here, which is where the start line is. And he is on leash only because we are doing a lot of leash work right now, but that's the only reason. So this is basically what I'm doing with him. I am using this break, choose a position, I move forward, he chooses a position, I move forward, as a transport for him. Because what I'm finding with transport with him is I don't have the free hand. I can't use magic hand because I use forearm crutches. I can't use a lure treat magnet if I have 2 crutches. I can't use finger follow if I'm using 2 crutches. So I am using this as my transport. So this is 36 seconds. So I move forward and then I release him. He comes to me, sort of. He chooses a position. Him choosing the position makes me move forward again. Then I stop. Then I release. Then he comes to me. I choose a position. That makes me move forward. So it's that last section of that chain that I'm using for transport over and over and over again. This is the agility field. His arousal level is, or Hooper's field now, his arousal level is over the top. So I don't care where he sits. So let's just watch this. That's why I said it's a work in progress. He chooses the position. He got up. So I stopped dead. If I was a really smart person, I don't know if I was, I would turn back into him. Well, look at that. I turn back into him. He sits. And as soon as he sits, I say good and I move back out. And then I released him. He sat. I moved forward confidently. He got up. I started to move into him. I released him. He sat. I moved forward. confidently. I release him. He sat. That's it. And how do I get out of here? There. So, oh, that's not where we want to be at all. Never mind. I didn't mean to hit that. So there is some thing happening with the leash there as well. But I need to be practicing this in lots of different ways. And I just wanted you to see it, how it can be used as a transport. Ideally, I want him sitting beside me. I want him, when he hears this release word, it means come to me, choose a position. I move out, come to me, choose a position. I move out, come to me, choose a position. And he gets me to move by choosing the position. Really, really, really important empowerment for the dog. Holy crap, how did it get to be 4 o'clock? Oh, well, let's keep doing this. Any questions on what you just saw?
So if they don't choose a position, so say I tried this with Raven and then he just looks at me confused.
Yep.
And do I tell him to sit
Yeah.
or like?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I
what I
can't
said
tell
in the first video, and that's
Oh,
in the
perfect.
classroom, is
Right.
give them 2 or 3 seconds. And if they
Okay,
can't, and then tell them to sit. I would say I have yet to meet a dog in any of my classes that hasn't figured it out by the 2nd or 3rd time. And
Right,
then you
okay.
just have to wait them out. It's like, and this is the 4th time. Do I have to do? Oh, I do. Okay, you're not doing anything. What happens if oh, that worked. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That'll be good because I'm used to doing lots of station work, like, mats and,
Yep.
but it's kind of sitting, he'll be like looking for somewhere to jump to.
Yeah. So yeah.
That'll
And
be good.
we need, because it's a transport behavior,
Yeah,
and the start line behavior, right?
Yeah.
I want the dog to go, if I put my belly on the ground or my bum on the ground, my mum moves out. My mum starts the start line behavior, which is what we're doing. This is just that first little link in the chain.
Okay.
Questions, other questions? And I wouldn't get caught into always telling the dog, right? I think it's very easy for us to go, oh, you didn't do it. Yeah. Yeah. And maybe you need to go and do some lower arousal stuff, some pattern feeding or something, lower the arousal so that they can think again. Okay, I'm going to leave start lines behind. We are going to try to start a pinwheel. So last week, one of the things that we worked on was, where's my eraser? I should erase before I start this. I should just erase. There we go. One of the things we worked on last week was a hoop, and a barrel. And they went through the hoop, around the barrel, and through the hoop. Or through the hoop, around the barrel, and through the hoop. That is essentially a pinwheel. And you will see that on a hooper's course, but usually farther out. I also want to teach the dog to start to see patterns on the course so that I don't have to always tell them what to do. A pinwheel is a very common pattern in agility and in hoopers. And these jumps may be 20 feet apart. So you might have 20 feet there and 20 feet there. We are not going to start there today. You might start with 3 feet apart. And your dog is going to go over through this hoop, through that hoop, and through that hoop. We are going to make this very easy for the dogs by putting a barrel right there. So they already know going around a barrel. And all we're doing is we're teaching them to go through the hoops, which happens to be around the barrel. And then we're going to remove, then we're going to remove a hoop. Then we're going to remove the barrel and see if they can keep that pattern. I will show you. How do I do it from here? I don't know. I have to go do it this way. There must be another way of doing it. I will show you a video of me doing it, probably with Sparkle, since he seems to be my agility dog. And I am getting a t-shirt made that says future agility star with his face on it. So inside I don't have 3 hoops or a barrel, but I do have 2 hoops and a ground bar with a jump for a jump, and my dresser. One of the dressers, my nosework dressers, is a barrel. So there is a hoop, there is a hoop, and there is my barrel. There is my barrel, essentially. I am going to start, that was with magic. I am going to use it, a treat and train with her, but I'm going to start by back chaining it. So if I'm going initially, eventually, 1, 2, 3, I'm going to have my food bowl after 3. I might just do 3 to food bowl. Then I'm going to do 2 to 3 to food bowl. Good. Or for her to the treat and train. Go. Dish. Good. Dish. And then I'm going to do 1, 2, and to the target. So I've done this one to the target, 2 to the target. Now I'm doing 3 to the target. Good. I'm going to do that many, many, many times. And then I'm going to give her a little bit more distance. Good. And she's just patterned to do that. Go. Notice that the barrel is out now, but the pattern has stayed. Dish. Good. Go. Dish. Good job. Good. Good. I moved the hoops out, I don't know, 6 inches each. Steady. Go. Dish. Now go. Dish. So that time I moved the hoops out, but I moved us closer in. Okay, so I can't move the hoops out and move me out. I move us closer in. Good. Go. Dish. Go. Dish. So that's all it is. We're going to teach that pinwheel by back chaining, and we're going to try and remove the barrel if we can. Any questions on that?
I don't have 3 hoops.
Okay.
But I could makeshift something, I guess.
If you can makeshift something, that would be great. If not, do we have something we can put on the ground that she's not going to fall over?
Yeah.
I have something in my garage that I could use. I just thought of, if I can, I don't know if I have time
Yeah,
to run.
go get it. Go get
do
it. Yep. Sarah, you okay? Okay.
Yes, I'm good. I don't have a dish. I have to think about that a little bit.
You
Let me
don't
see
have
if I
a dish?
something I can use.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. That's okay though. I have a tiny dish. I'll use this thing. Okay.
So yeah, Rebecca, I'm going to put it, yep, out there. And then your barrel or whatever is going to go in the middle. Because the barrel is actually preventing them from going, yeah, the barrel is preventing them from making a mistake. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that'll work great.
Oh gosh.
Not a lot of room.
Where's my chicken?
Oh, you're under snows. Oh, good. You can still move them, Sarah. I was a little bit
yes.
worried that you wouldn't be able to move them.
No, they were not in the snow until right before class.
Aha, okay. Yeah, with the white bottoms, I can't tell.
Yeah.
Good. Nice. Okay, dish.
Nice. And then I think it's probably easiest, Sarah, Rebecca, if you do the second to the third now. Yeah, so put the station over there. Yep, exactly.
Where's it going on? My goodness. Oh, girl.
Good girl.
Dish.
Good. Yeah, I missed all. That's why I use a treat and train.
Yeah, Chris has one. They're so nice.
I know. I haven't really used one until the last couple of years. I love it.
Who is it? Good.
Good.
Good,
Nice,
good.
Sarah. Good job.
Good. Oh, you got that one. All right, let's go. job.
So I
Good
was
job.
back chaining it, but if Tracer is past that, that's fine by me.
Okay, yeah.
I
think
really want them to learn the
be
pattern, but if she's fine with the pattern, then I'm fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, but we do have to get the
Good.
tour
Turn
back.
with
This
her,
might be a
turn with
problem.
her, Rebecca. Good, perfect. Let's move one step back, Rebecca. So your station is going to come 1 foot back.
Hey.
Okay. Dish.
Nice. Good job, Rebecca. Whoops. Part of why I want to be back chaining it is it really gets me out of the picture,
That
right?
was directed at me, right?
Yep. And that was because that was about you. Yeah.
Are you talking to me or are you talking to Rebecca?
Sorry, I was talking to Sarah. Sarah.
Okay.
What
So
are you
when you were
using?
saying it was
Go ahead.
what do you mean it was about me? That's my question.
Yeah, he looked. Is Tracer a boy or a girl?
A girl.
they looked up to you, and rather than looking forward, was looking at you because you had the toy, and you had to use a whole
Yes.
lot of hand movement and stuff, and that's part of why I back chain it, because then the pattern
Okay.
becomes so important. So
Yep.
okay, Janet, did you find what you were looking for?
And it's just, it's this, which is not perfect, but he uses this rehab, so.
Okay, perfect. So so what you're gonna do is the barrel, your hoop needs to come in, their barrel needs to come in between the two hoops.
I'll put it right between?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and now bring that other side in. Just so no mistakes can be made. Lovely, Rebecca.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Okay, go. Good boy.
3.
This is the focus forward. Good job, Tracer. Good.
Good girl.
Okay.
Good girl.
Yes, good.
Nice
Seems like I can't even
job.
find it.
Oh, that was so
Boy, good girl.
Yeah, so I
Oh.
would do 2 and 3, Janet. So
What's that?
do 2 and 3. Do that
Okay.
one and the last one. Yeah. So I'm back chaining it.
Going under.
Think about what side you were on for the dog so that you're doing fine, Rebecca. Make sure that you're on the same side you're going to be when you turn all the way around. That's really nice, Rebecca. Move back farther and push let's push your hoops all the way out first.
Go get it.
Good.
Girl.
Good.
You did it. You did it.
So Janet, you probably want to go on the other side of skiing. So let's do 1, 2, and 3 just because of how small your space is there.
I know.
So yeah, come onto this side of the hoops. And
So
let's
this-
put skiing on your left, on your right, put skiing on your right, because you don't ever want to go farther than the dog.
Okay,
Good. And now you're going to help him go around those.
okay.
And let's do just numbers, hoop 2 and 3, Sarah. You're doing lovely. Let's see what happens, Rebecca, if you take your barrel out. When you do, bring your hoops back together a little bit.
Well, keep going, Dad. That's my fault, right? Good boy.
Come in.
Ah.
Be on the inside, Sarah. Sarah, you want to be on the other side.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're going that way, you need dog on right.
So
Because you don't ever want to run around the outside of the barrels. Yeah. There you go. You can be up there on that other side of that blue hoop, Sarah. So you can be up beside Tracer, but you want Tracer on your right.
Goody.
Yeah, that'll work.
Good work.
Yes, that'll work, Sarah.
job.
Perfect.
Nice
Good job. Good job, Rebecca.
We did so good. We did
And
so
let's
good.
go the other way with skiing.
Oh, this
Rebecca,
way?
you're doing great. Let's see if we can have less movement from you, more movement from the dog. You just pivot. Beautiful, Rebecca. Good. Let's move everything back another 6 inches.
Good job.
Yep.
Good work. Okay, good work.
Nice, Emma.
Yes. Good
Let's
job.
not drill skiing too much either. Good job. Yay. Keep
Hey.
turning, Janet. Janet, you want to be turning with skiing.
Already.
Wanna be what?
Make sure you are turning with skiing.
Okay.
Okay, because your shoulder should tell them where to go.
Good work. Okay, ready?
Oh,
Ready, ready? Okay, come on. Let's go.
yeah. Okay. This. Nice, Emma goose.
Good. Turn, Janet. Turn, Janet. Turn, Janet. Aha. Interesting. Okay.
You did so good. You did so good.
Yeah. There you go. Good.
Good job.
Make sure you don't have food in the hand closest to the dog.
Okay, let's go.
That's really nice, Sarah. That's improving.
Yeah,
Yes.
much better.
Yeah. Good. And I think Emma's doing a great job. I think she needs a little break. We could
Yeah.
drill her because she's doing so well, but let's not.
All right, Goose. Ready? Ready?
This way. Yeah. Go, go, go. Go, 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 go.
You might need a couple of steps in, so you're moving in, Janet. Yeah, so
Okay.
get him back there. Move all the way up, get him beside you. That's fine. Run with him. He may be done too. Good. And keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, Janet, and call it a day. Lovely.
All right.
And I
Good.
think Sarah looks like Tracer's gone too. Okay, let's give all the
Yes.
dogs a break.
Good job.
Okay. Comments, thoughts, questions, head shaking, head pounding, all of those things.
I have to try to get.
I felt like our stimulus control work was paying off a little bit.
Good. That's really important. That's really, really important. Any other questions?
Yeah, it felt good.
Yeah, and it looked really good. I just want to talk a little bit about back chaining. So, or even just dog and handler. If I want to go that way, I never want to be running on the outside. Okay?
Mhm.
At this level, okay? I want to take the shortest route because the dog, I am going to use my shoulder, my position, my motion by whoever just came out. I'm sure you'll come back. My shoulder, my position, my motion to tell the dog to go around. So if my bowl is here and I am starting to have with my dog here, I need to be on the inside here so that my dog is on the correct lead. And then once my dog is here, I need to be here so that my dog is on the correct lead. So that they are always going, I can't explain it, but they are following my shoulder. When my dog is here, I am going to be here because with my dog on my right, they know they're turning to their left. That is dog language. That is quadruped language. So I don't want to have the handler over here when I'm going there because that's just messing up the last part of the pinwheel. So if I can be here and bring my dog around there and here and bring my dog around there so that I'm programming them, I'm patterning them for the same lead, the same motion. Then when I bring it back to here, they're on this right lead, they're on the correct lead, they're doing the correct motion. When you go the opposite side, then you're going to have, just a minute, I can't do it without a picture. I'm going the opposite way. So I'm going to now have my dog on the left so that I'm on the inside. And then some dogs, and Skeen is one of them, if you are right here, he's going to have a trouble pushing forward. You may need to release here and run with him and tell him to go when you get there. And just make sure you turn your shoulder with him. Because
Yeah, I think what I'll practice with him is just with one
Yep.
hoop and
Yeah.
just get him going forward. Just
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's the foundation skill that we did in week 1, right? That you
Oh,
haven't
I
done
know.
with
It's
him.
just that with
I know
him.
it's because you're
Yeah.
doing 3 different dogs. I know, I totally get that. So our dogs follow our chest, our eyes, and our motion. So with hoopers, it's a little different. There's no motion for the most part. But if I can, even if my dog is out here, I'm going to be paralleling where they are with my motion. And you will see that even in the video of Sparkle, even though where am I going? Even though I can't run a whole pile, watch what my body does. I would like to make this go faster, but I won't. We'll ignore the start line for a minute. I'm trying to get him to choose down. So I am parallel with his line. I am parallel with his line. I am parallel with his line, or a little bit ahead. I am parallel with his line. I am moving. That tells him to go forward. I am moving. When he came around there, I changed my direction. So yes, he's on verbals because I can't move and be where I need to be. I'm slow to turn, but I'm constantly paralleling his direction. He's there, I'm here. Because my shoulder, my eyes, my chest, as well as my feet are telling the dog where to go. And did you see when I want him to turn back to me, I paralleled his direction again. So that's, I think that was kind of more for Janet and Sarah to remember that that is their language. And I believe in honoring dog language whenever possible. I just can't do it anymore, right? I do my best. I can't be there, so I use a lot of verbals. But honor their language by not asking them to do that, but by asking them to do that. And not asking them to do that. Right? If you want to go that way, you're going to go that way with them. Yeah. Questions. A lot of information today. We only did start lines and we did the beginnings of pinwheels. Any questions? If you are outside, bring those pinwheels back together, bring those hoops in the barrel back together, gradually move it out, keep the barrel there, then bring the hoops back together, take the barrel out, get exactly the same behavior, then move those hoops out. Because as you can see, I can't bring it up, it's gone now. There were pinwheels because there just always are pinwheels and hoopers. And they were 20 feet apart between this one and that one. And because I'm paralleling the line, the dog is just staying on that line, understanding what a pinwheel is. Really important for the dog to follow the line.
Oh.
Emma's like, we need to do more, Mama. Anything else for today? Okay, next week, a couple of easy things. I want to introduce some concept of a tunnel. So if your dog has gone through an agility tunnel, that's fine. You may not even need to do this. In hoopers, the tunnels are higher than agility ones. So in agility, the hooper tunnels are don't, 24 inches. In Hoopers, they're 30 inches high. So the dogs don't have to bend down as much. It's easier on their bodies. And some of them, if you saw mine, are bottomless. They are just like that. But we want the dog to go through that. So if you have something like that, or if you can have a blanket over a chair in the house or something, we're just going to do some shaping of that. The other thing the dog needs to do, I'm going to have to pull up Sparkle's video. I'm going to try. No, I'm not going to. Is they have to go around a gate. So a gate is, this is in Canadian Hoopers, a gate is 3 feet by 3 feet or 4 feet by 4 feet. And they either go on this side of it or you bring them on this side of it. But in the beginners, it's always going around it. Some of the agility dogs try to go over it. Mine never have, but apparently some have. But I want them to feel really good about going around it. And you can see, I think I put it on my Facebook page, shaping Sparkle to go around it. And in one case, he went, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing going around. And then he bang, hit it with his face. And it's like, yeah, that's just Sparkle. He's like, I walk into it. That's what I do. At least he didn't try and jump it. But if you can find something that they can go around, so if you have access to agility equipment, a wing, 2 wings together would be enough. Chris can probably lend you a gate, even possibly 2 chairs side by side. We just want something where they have to go again, just around something else. And but they're not doing go around this way. They're just going that way. Okay, so a barrel, they're also sometimes doing that, but barrel, sometimes we're teaching it doing this. With a gate, most of the time, they're going to be doing this. So they just have to take the outside of it. And that was a little bit hard for Sparkle to understand that he had to take the outside. So yeah, play with that. If you can find those things. If you can't, that's okay. We are going to do some more pinwheels. We're going to build it up. What we're doing, and to see what your start lines are like, see what your transport is like as well. Homework, start lines, transport, pinwheels. Next week, we'll also start left and right if you haven't already. I guess I should ask, who started left and right?
No.
No. Janet, do your dogs know left and right?
I do go by and
Okay.
away to me for.
It's a matter of
for-
same concept,
Yeah.
same concept, but they know left and right?
That not really well. Raven knows it better than but still, I don't know. I don't think he's very 100% on that, but
Okay.
getting there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm playing with Sparkle. It's really hard.
Yeah.
Sarah, have you started it?
I haven't watched your videos. What could you describe left and right?
So left and right for me is take that jump and then go right, or take that jump or hoop and then go left. So that's what left and
I
right
haven't
means to
started
me. I teach it a bunch of different ways. I'll go over that next week. I teach a bunch of different ways because I totally believe that if they hear the same word in multiple different ways and they're kind of doing the same behavior, something is going to sit, right? And again, KPA will tell you you can't do that. But my experience with dog training is that if I teach back 15 different ways, somewhere in the middle, it's all going to generalize and my dog is going to learn to back up. So yeah, so left and right or go by and away, whatever. It just means go that way or go that way. And I will,
Makes sense.
I'll go through teaching a couple of different ways next week. We can play with it. It will be more inside stuff than outside. Well, you can do it outside, but it's more stationary stuff. So yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Send me video, play with your dogs, have fun. Apparently there's a snowstorm coming. Enjoy it. It hasn't hit here yet. It hasn't hit here yet. I should go out and do another run with Sparkle, but I'm not going to because I'm really lazy. And have a good week, and I'll see you next week.
Hey, thank
Sounds
you.
good.
Okay, bye.
Thanks.
Okay.
Bye.